Thursday night and Friday. And while the forecast track of Erin still has the center of the storm remaining between the North Carolina Outer Banks and Bermuda as we go from Wednesday into Thursday morning, the track has shifted westward since yesterday, which will bring a more enhanced risk of some of those peripheral impacts into portions of the Outer Banks of North Carolina. But again, Erin is expected to grow rather dramatically in size. If you look at the wave height field forecast as we get into Wednesday night and Thursday morning, these dark colors here are significant wave heights in excess of 20 to 30 feet, even exceeding 50 feet near the center of Erin. So this is going to make for very dangerous marine conditions across all of the western Atlantic and increase the risk for dangerous and life-threatening surf and rip current conditions across almost the entire U.S. East Coast. And by tomorrow, everywhere you see in red here, so basically from South Florida through Georgia, North and South Carolina, up into the mid-Atlantic states, southern New England, with a high risk of life-threatening surf and rip current conditions. So these are going to be situations where you're not going to want to be in the ocean, and you're going to want to heed any precautions given by your local officials. Pay attention to any beach warning flags. And these dangerous surf conditions are going to continue throughout much of the upcoming week. So it's just not going to be a very safe environment to be in the ocean. And just a reminder again, even though the weather can be nice at the coast, it can still have dangerous surf and rip current conditions from a hurricane that's well offshore, like we're going to see with Erin. So never assume the ocean is safe, even if the weather is nice. And please go to weather.gov/beach for the latest information on those surf and rip current conditions. As we back up and want to zoom in here, this is a slide from the National Weather Service office in Morehead City, North Carolina, showing some of the highest impacts we're expecting to see from Erin here along the North Carolina Outer Banks. So where we're going to see that wave action is going to cause significant surf zone roughness, beach erosion, ocean overwash, especially along portions of North Carolina Highway 12 out here in the Outer Banks. So this area between Ocracoke up to Oregon Inlet is where we're expecting to see some of the most dangerous conditions along the ocean front. And evacuations have been ordered for Ocracoke Island and Hatteras Island in North Carolina. So please see more information from your local emergency and government officials in these areas. Heed those evacuation orders if you've been asked to leave. And again, you can always get more information from your local National Weather Service office at weather.gov. Now, I did mention the track moving a little closer to North Carolina. And that is bringing that risk of tropical storm conditions to the Outer Banks by late Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. So we could see a tropical storm and storm surge watch issued for portions of the North Carolina Outer Banks as soon as later today or tonight. And there is also a risk of tropical storm conditions on Bermuda as we get from Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Again, with the large size of Erin, even with the core of the storm passing well to the north, we could see some impacts there. So as we wrap up here on this Monday morning here, those key messages on Erin, we're going to continue to see heavy rainfall through today over portions of Hispaniola, and through Tuesday for the Turks and Caicos and portions of the Bahamas. Could produce some flash and urban flooding are possible in those areas. Tropical storm conditions expected in those tropical storm warning areas in the Turks and Caicos and southeastern Bahamas today, with tropical storm conditions possible in the central Bahamas as we go from later today into Tuesday in that watch area. Erin's expected to produce life-threatening surf and rip current conditions across much of the western Atlantic basin, the Bahamas, Bermuda, the U.S. East Coast, up into Atlantic Canada. And interest in the Outer Banks of North Carolina and Bermuda could see some more direct impacts from Erin as we get into the middle portions of the week. We could see tropical storm conditions and coastal flooding possible along portions of the North Carolina Outer Banks beginning in the next day or so and continuing into Wednesday. So please stay tuned for more information on Erin here. Come back to us at the National Hurricane Center at hurricanes.gov. Thanks for joining us. I'm Mike Brennan.